Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and to another Project Pan update. So we are 4 months in to my Project Pan. I started this in June of 2025 and I feel like this is probably the first month that I've just felt a bit like, meh. Now, I think I said it in last month's update that I anticipated that happening, and it has happened with full force. I think the shift in the weather with the seasons and stuff, we are obviously going in, well, I say we're going into autumn. It's like we've just skipped autumn altogether and gone into winter, but we are going to get cracking today because it's actually the 3rd of October and I need to get this done. For continuity's sake, I need to get it done. So I've got my scales, I've got my spreadsheet. Let's go. So I'm going to go onto my little empties box when this goes past. Really though? I actually decided last month to get rid of all of my other empties, all the ones that I've accumulated since the start of the project. I'd kind of kept them and then I decided, why am I keeping a bunch of rubbish? I've already spoken about these things in the update, so I'm just going to get rid of them. So I am literally just down to this box, and once I have filmed this video, these are going to, because I'm on a bit of a mission to declutter my life at the moment. If you are maybe new to the channel or you don't watch any of my other videos, you only watch my Project Pan, I'm doing a lot of decluttering, organising, all of that kind of thing at the moment. So these will be swiftly going out of my house and into the bin. So the first thing I have in here is just some Batiste dry shampoo. I feel like since I've had my hair cut a couple of weeks ago, I am going through more dry shampoo than I would like. It's not necessarily something that I feel like I need. I can't even remember if I put it in my ideal inventory or not, but I feel like at the moment it is kind of needed because, as I say, this bit just gets really greasy, and I think because it's all my natural colour now, it just looks more greasy. I don't know, it probably mostly just looks healthy, but to me it just looks greasy a lot of the time. I digress. I go through a lot of dry shampoo at the moment, but I have just finished this large one. Don't know what I'm going to get next. I don't know if I'm going to go back to Batiste. I'm trying to avoid it, to be honest. I have done for a number of years because I don't think it's that great, but it works, and it's one of those, like, I don't want to spend money on something that's not going to work. Which is ironic because I bought this, I can't even remember, it was at some point since starting the project, this Aven Tolerance Hydra 10 moisturiser. I absolutely loved this stuff, but Christ, it was expensive for how long it lasted. Someone said to me though, in, I think it was my last video, that I'm probably using too much of this, or I was, and to kind of drop it down a bit, and I did towards the end. Once I finished filming that video, I was like, right, okay, I'll use half the amount and see if it still, you know, does the same thing, and it did. So that was just me. That's probably the reason why I have finished it so soon, but I still think it is quite expensive. That being said, I do really like it. I would probably repurchase it again if I needed something more conveniently, but I think once I finish the one that I'm now using, I am probably going to go back to Tropic. That's kind of like the plan in the back of my head. I've been saying that, I think, through this whole project so far. I really want to go back to using my Tropic skincare. But budget has not allowed. So I think that's probably going to be something that I like ask for Christmas or something. And hopefully by that point I would have finished a lot of my other products, so it will kind of time nicely. Anyways, digressing again. Really like this, finished it. Although I might actually cut it open and see. Although I don't know if you can see, I have literally, I think it's just the packaging has meant that I've actually been able to pump most of the product out. Apologies if I'm a bit all over the place, by the way. I'm not allowed caffeine at the moment because I'm on a new medication, and my brain is just it's not functioning well at all, between that and this viral thing in my head. Anyways, long story short, I finished this moisturiser and I replaced it with the Inky List vitamin B, C and E moisturiser. This was just one of the cheapest ones that I could find in Boots basically, and as I say, I ran out of this and I needed something quickly, so I just nipped into town and I grabbed this. It's all right. I'm gonna put it there. We'll discuss once I've actually finished it. Apologies, by the way. As I say, I got my hair cut probably about 3 weeks ago now, and I'm really struggling with I'm struggling with how to style it. And it was raining this morning, so I'm straight from the school run, so I'm not exactly looking my best, so apologies for that. Speaking of hair, I have finished up my shampoo. I have replaced this with the exact same one because I just really liked it. It's the Aussie Bouncy Curls shampoo. I don't think this is necessarily bringing out the like natural wave that I have in my hair, but it feels really nice as a shampoo goes. It doesn't strip my hair, it doesn't weigh it down, it smells nice. It's all around pretty good, and when it's on offer it's about £4 and it's a 400ml bottle, so that lasts me quite a long time really. So I think that's actually quite affordable as Aussie goes anyway. And then the other two things I have in my empties are a cleanser. So I have the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Cleanser. Now this again I bought on a whim because I finished my other one and I needed just a cheap one that I could buy like immediately. So I popped into Superdrug and I got this. The reviews online, like when I was on the way into town, I read some reviews and the reviews seemed okay. So I was like, do you know what, for the price, I'm just gonna give it a bash. And do you know what? When I first started using it, I wasn't sure. Now, I think it's because a little goes a very long way with this. It's like a kind of, like a gel kind of cleanser, but it like foams up on your face. It's almost like if you've ever used the Clinique 3-step system, I don't even know if they still do that, but the first step, like the facial soap thing, this reminds me of that 100%. And although I have to say probably with the Clinique one it felt more stripping, this didn't feel quite as stripping, but I don't know, as I say, I think I just used too much of it, not really realising. I just kind of squirted it quite liberally in my hands and I was like, there is a lot of product on my face once I got water on it and it foamed up, and I don't know, I just don't know how I feel about this. This isn't my kind of preferred cleanser anyway. I prefer a cream cleanser if anything, so I don't think I would repurchase it, but if I was in a pinch, it was the only thing available, I wouldn't be mad at having to buy it. So let's put it that way. And then the last empty I have is this mascara. So I had two mascaras in my project when I started, and this one has just gone all kind of dry and clumpy and gross. So I am calling it done. I find it really hard with like makeup-y kind of products to know whether they're empty or not, because a lot of the time you obviously can't see whether they're empty, you're kind of just going off how they perform. So the fact that this has kind of dried up a bit and just gone all clumpy and gross, I'm just gonna get rid. So we are now at my ideal number for mascara because I know that I don't need more than one. So now we're gonna roll up the sleeves. We're gonna weigh the products that I had previously weighed and see if there is any updates on those. And then we'll go on to focuses. So the first product I had was this Shea Moisture silicone-free leave-in treatment thing. I absolutely love this stuff, but this may be cheating. I mean, it's technically not because I am using it up, but I have predominantly been using this on my daughter's hair. As I say, I have shorter hair now. It's much healthier, so I don't really feel like I need this so much. I have used it occasionally, but most of the usage will come from me having used it on her. But by the by, I'm using it, so we're gonna get on and weigh it. I think I weighed it without the lid because I actually found this under my sofa quite recently. So we were at 244 grams last time, and today we are at 200 and 16.5. So pretty good progress. As I say, I do really enjoy using this though, so it's not that I'm trying to force myself to use it up necessarily. And then the next thing was my face mask, which actually I did put in as one of my focuses last month, and I am very close to the end. I got my like tube ringer thing out last month and gave it all a good squeeze, so it's all at the bottom, and I've probably got 1 or 2 uses left of this, so I think I'm going to keep this in my focus to try and finish it up. But for continuity, I had 33.6 last month, and this month I've got 22.9, so again, very much going in the right direction. And then I did also weigh my facial like skincare treatment things. I've not really used these that much, but for curiosity's sake, I am going to weigh these. So my Nip and Fab vitamin C serum was 68.1, and that is now 66.3. And the Tropic Ocean Dive, which to be fair I have used a few times, but it's one of those you don't really use very much at any one time. But before it was 104.5 and it is now 101. So I feel like that's pretty good considering I wasn't consciously trying to use those, but I may do in October, haven't yet decided. So then no, I didn't weigh this, I'm just marking it. The tan, the facial tan that has been a focus since the start. I feel like this is the only thing that's really spurred me on, because obviously you can see the usage and it's not that bad a thing to try and use. You know, like some things when you're like forcing yourself, like I think like makeup and stuff, you're forcing yourself to use it and you're like, oh, this is just such a slog. Whereas this, I don't know, I just put it on, I leave it and it's job done. Like there's not a lot of faff involved, and I do not like faff. Anyways, I'm digressing again, apologies. This is my September usage. I haven't marked it because I don't know where my Sharpie's gone. But yeah, less usage than last month, but still a significant amount nonetheless. So I feel like looking at this compared to usage, I'd say if I worked really hard over the next few months, I'll have this done by the end of the year. And honestly, that fills me with joy, because I genuinely, when I opened this, I didn't think I'd ever use the whole thing. Now, it probably has expired because I'm pretty sure I've had it open for longer than 12 months, but we're just going to go with it. We're going to keep it in the focus. We're going to keep going with it. I mean, if it happens to start smelling funny in the next few months, then I'll ditch it. But for now, we're doing well. So the next thing that I weighed was this After Sun body lotion. So I was trying my hardest, but I knew that I would probably stop using this in September, and I just did, because obviously the temperature has significantly dropped in the UK this month, and this is the last thing I want to do when I get out of the shower. And yeah, it probably will show in the numbers. So, I mean, from August to September, we had quite a significant drop from 339 to 264. So this month we've gone from 264 to, 192.9. So, I mean, that's a decent amount. That's like, 70 odd grams. So that's not too bad. There's still quite a lot in here. And I think this will just be one of those things that I'll try my best over the next few months. But if it's not gone by the end of the year, I'm going to ditch it, because I don't foresee myself using it over the winter. Otherwise, oh no, so the next section was just kind of like miscellaneous-y stuff, so nail polish, etc., which I'll go on to in a moment. And then I did weigh a few of my makeup bits, which are here. So first off, which was one of my focuses, was the e.l.f. Halo Glow, rude, Halo Glow liquid filter like foundation thing. I have been enjoying using this, but again, I just feel like now that my tan's kind of reducing, I don't know how much longer I can really get away with using this because it is quite dark on me. Either way, we were at 117 grams at the start of September, and today we are on 113.4. So what's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 4 grams, which in terms of things like this is probably a decent amount. I've been consciously trying to put more makeup on, but there are days that I just cannot be bothered. And then we have got the powder to match that one, which previously we only started weighing it last month, and I was on 56.6. I don't know why I was going to take the lid off then, because obviously I included the packaging last month. Today we are on 55.6, so I have used exactly 1 gram, which again, I feel like things like this, like that's, you know, not too bad. But that being said, obviously it's a loose powder, so it's like easier to use. You can probably see exactly how much I have here. I've got all of this. So this is gonna last me quite a long time, I think. And then what have we got next? The lip balm. So this again has been a focus from the start, purely based on the fact that I've had it a long time, not necessarily for the fact that I want to get rid of it, but this is the visual, not that you can really see, but last month we had 12.8 grams, and this month we have 11.1. So I've used, again, a little over a gram, which again, for the amount that you use of this, I think is pretty good. I've been trying so hard to just put this on like as a routine every day before I go to bed. So yeah, I will slowly get there with that one. And then the next thing, again, this was just for curiosity's sake, was the lip product that I have, which was 24.4 last month, and it is 24.3 this month. So I've used 0.1 of a gram. Well done, Vicky. Well done. And the last thing I think that I had weighed, the Body Shop palette, which again has kind of been a focus from the start. So I think with this one, it's the opposite. So visually, I look like I've maybe used more, especially of like this bronzer. Although I am really finding it difficult because it's right at the edges. It's really difficult to actually get any product like on a brush. So if you've got any ideas on how I can kind of combat that, then shout. But at the moment, I'm like swirling really hard into it just to get any kind of product out, just to use it up, really. But yeah, so I've been focusing on all of them, but they're the two that you can kind of see the most progress on. And this one weighed in at 70.1 last month, and I'm really curious to see how much this one actually weighs, because I've been trying so hard with this, and obviously a lot of the time you can't see visually the progress. We are on, drumroll please, 69.9. So I, my friends, have used, if my math serves me correctly, I'm in the wrong cell, 0.2 grams. Wow, that's not as motivational as I really hoped it would be. So yeah, there is that. So while I am in the makeup-y box, I made a purchase. I made a purchase of an eyeliner. I didn't need it. I absolutely didn't need it. But did I buy it anyway? Yes, clearly I did, because it's in my house. And I'm not I'm not mad at the fact that I have spent money on something that I didn't need, because I'm going through a bit of an identity crisis at the moment. None of my clothes fit me or look right. All of my makeup makes me feel crap. Like, my appearance makes me feel crap. I'm just kind of at that point of motherhood where I'm just like feeling bleh. So I'm like, do you know what? I used to really love wearing liquid eyeliner. I'm just going to buy it again and just see. And do you know what? The few times that I have put it on, I felt like me. And I think that's worth its weight in gold, to be honest. So that's why I'm not begrudging myself having made that purchase. So I think other than the 2 replacements, so the moisturiser and the shampoo, I've made no other purchases this month. You'll be proud. Obviously I have made 5 empties. I feel like we're going in the right direction. So the only thing that I have left to share with you, which I didn't share in last month's update, is the nail polish. So I have my top coat and my base coat, which I'm not necessarily like forcing myself to use because they're the only ones of each that I have. But in case you are curious, this is how much I have used of the, well, I think you're a multiple thing, but I use you as a base coat. So yeah, I think that's pretty good because I never used to use base coat before, but because I have it, I'm using it. So there is that. I don't think I marked my top coat, but I don't know if you can see the line on it. But yeah, I actually really enjoy this top coat, if anyone wants to know. And then I'm just looking at my others. Now, this one I think is the hardest one to actually see because, like, actually looking at it, you can't see where the line of product is, but I can kind of see little gaps and I can see light through it. So I'm guesstimating here that I'm about here based on this kind of faint line, which is not much lower than my previous mark. I think I've only used it a couple of times, in all fairness, but I have been actually using it on my hands, which I did say that I probably wouldn't do. It is more one that I would use on my toes because it chips so bad on my hands. But I've been doing it anyway because I want to use it up. And I think this is one that I've had open the longest, and it's starting to show because, I mean, I can't even get it open. And then when I do, it's like starting to get a bit gloopy, which is not ideal. I mean, it doesn't look it there, but it certainly was the other day when I was trying to put it on. I don't know if, again, that's like the temperature changing or what. But yeah, anyway, this one I think I'm going to keep as my pure focus for October because I just don't foresee this lasting too much longer, whereas the others, they're fine. But in terms of usage, I don't think I've actually used this one at all this month. It's just, oh, this like pink glittery one. Actually, I think I've used it once and I do enjoy it, but again, it's just not going to be my focus for now. And then I've also got this just kind of nudie pink, barely there kind of one, which I don't think I've used at all. And then this one, I've not even opened it yet. I don't even know why I got it out. But yeah, that is it. That concludes my my September like empties, updates, etc. I hope you're enjoying the project so far. Sorry this one's been a bit more rambly. I decided not to do the vloggy stuff in this video and thought I'd just sit down and just kind of chat to you, kind of vloggy style. So I hope you don't mind that. I hope you're all enjoying the project, and if you are doing Project Pan as well, pop a comment down below because I love to hear when other people are doing Project Pans as well, and especially if you guys are like sharing it on any kind of social media, let me know because I absolutely, it's genuinely one of my, it excites me. It actually excites me. That's bad, isn't it? I really love watching Project Pan videos and I need some more to watch. So if you are doing any kind of content around Project Pan, leave your handles and various things down below. I'm on TikTok now. I'm on TikTok. I never thought I'd see the day. I don't really post much on there, or haven't posted much on there at the moment because it took me a long time just to figure out a name. But yeah, I have it now, so I can watch stuff on there. So if you're on TikTok and you're making Project Pan videos, let your girl know. And I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.